All right, hello Math 1 students. Welcome to the last section of our module. May I please have some more? So this is where we're talking about solving inequalities with word problems. So Vera, the cafeteria manager, has to be careful with her spending and manages the cafeteria so they can serve the best food at the lowest cost. To do this, Alvera keeps records of analyzes all of her budgets. Alvera's cafeteria is cute little cartons of milk that are typically the total of a school lunch. The milk supply charges 35 cents per carton, $75 of delivery. What is the maximum number of milk she could buy if she budgeted $500 for milk? So $500 have to be the biggest. So I need 0.35 times carton of milk plus 75 to be less than or equal to 500 because we cannot go over our budgeted amount. So I'm going to subtract 75 from both sides first. And so I'll get 0.35x is less than or equal to 425. And then we divide by 0.35. So it's 0.35x less than or equal to 425. Divide by 0.35. Divide by 0.35. So x has to be less than or equal to, I don't know that on top of my head, so I have to go to my calculator. Go to my calculator. And my calculator for scientific. Yeah, I'm doing 425 divided by 0.35. And I get 1,214.29. 1,214.29. I just solved. It just all it told me to do was solve, right, and solve the inequality. So I did. So what does this mean in terms of words? Avera needs to buy less than or equal to 1,214 cartons of milk. Again, you cannot buy part of a milk, so we have to round to the whole number. I rounded down in this situation because we want less than an amount. So 1,214 is less than 1,214.29. So interval notation and set. So interval I've been calling bracket. So I could buy as little as 0. You're not going to give back milk, so we'll leave it at 0. And I want to go all the way up to 1,214. So set notation is what I've been calling inequality notation. So that's going to be 0 less than equal to x, which is less than or equal to 1,214. All right. So that's how we solved 1. 2. Different word problem. Students love to eat ranch dressing, so Alvera keeps plenty in stock. Students eat 2.25 gallons each day. She started the school year with 130. She needs to have at least 20 gallons left before she reorders. How many days of ranch supply lasts before she reorders? So I have 130 total. Oops. So I started with 130. And I'm subtracting 2.25 gallons per day. And I need that to be greater than or equal to 20, because as soon as we hit 20, we need to reorder. At least. At least. All right. Sorry, just double checking my math. Yep, greater than or equal to 20. So I'll subtract 130 to both sides. I have negative 2.25x is greater than or equal to negative 110. Divide by negative 2.25. Hey, look, we're dividing by a negative number, so I have to switch the x. So x is less than or equal to negative 2.25. Oops. $48.88888. So that rounds to 48.89. So x has to be less than 48.89 days, or you just say x is less than or equal to 48 days. So in terms of this context, describing quantities and words, after 48 days of school, order more rich. So interval, again, we're not going to go past 0, and the reason why I can go to exactly 48 is because 48.89 is bigger. Set our inequality. Again, I'm using square brackets and equal signs because I rounded down and rounded down. Give me a second. I'll come back in a second. Sorry about that. Again, you get fast forward, pause, rewind as much as you need. So now we're on 3. The price of the cafeteria food changes during the year. Avera finds that she has ordered veggie burgers 4 times. She paid $78, $72, $87, and $90 for the orders. To stay within her budget, she needs to have an average order of not more than $82. How much can she spend on the 5th order to keep her budget? So we have to find the average equation. The average is adding up all the numbers, dividing it by how many times, and we need this to be not more than, so less than 82. So the first thing you have to do is go add. So 78 plus 72 plus 87 plus 90 gives me 327. So I have 327 plus x divided by 5 is less than 82. Multiply 5 to both sides. 327 plus x has to be less than 410. Excuse me. Minus 327 to both sides. So x is less than 10 10 minus 327 is 83. So in words, the veggie burger order, the 5th veggie burger order needs to be less than $83. Again, we're always assuming in this inequalities in this interval set that we can't go past 0 because no one's going to really give us free money. Less than 83, so 83 has to have a parenthesis. So we say 0 less than equal to x less than 83 for set. All right, and there's three more. Question 4. Alvera purchased ready-made pizzas for $14.50 each. She makes it in the cafeteria. She can spend $44.20 on ingredients and $6.25 per pizza. How many pizzas is it cheaper for the cafeteria to make than pizzas themselves rather than ready-made? So I need to do 6.25x plus 444.20. We want that to be less than 1450x. So subtract 6.25x to both sides. And I get 44.20 is less than or equal to 14.5. 6.25. That'd be 825. Divide by 8.25. So x needs to be greater than or equal to 4420 divided by 8.25 gives me 5.36. Oh, sorry. Cheaper is just less than. So there should be no equal sign. Just greater than. X needs to be greater than 5.36. So describing words, we can't have 0.36 of a pizza. So we'll round up. If Elvira buys 6 or more pizzas, or if Elvira and staff makes 6 or more pizzas, it will be cheaper than buying. So interval notation means I can include 6 because 5.36 is rounded down, and we can have infinite as our thing. So whenever we have set and we end at infinity, all we need to do is write x bracket squared and equal to 6. I don't need to put it with infinity in there because in some further we keep going up and up and up. Okay, 2 more. 5, Alvera is comparing prices between 2 different fresh lettuce suppliers. We have Val Veggies that charges $2.50 for delivery plus $1.50 per bag. Sally's Salads charges $1 for delivery plus $4 per bag. How many bags purchased for Val's to be cheaper? So I want Val's to be cheaper. So 1.5x plus 250 needs to be cheaper than 4x plus 100. So I'm going to subtract 1.5x to both sides. So that means 250 is less than 2.5x plus 100. Subtract 100 to both sides. And I get 150 has to be less than 2.5x divided by 2.5. So x is greater than, 150 divided by 2.5. Gives me 60. So x needs to be greater than 60. So that means is if Alvera needs to buy more than 60 bags of lettuce for vowels to be cheaper. So interval notation versus set notation. More than, so more than 60, so parenthesis on the 60, parenthesis around the infinity. Set, since we're going to infinity, all you need to do is say x is greater than 60. So set is our interval notation, and we've been doing that. Now, last one, 6. Each student that buys a school lunch pays $2.75. The cafeteria typically brings in between $1,168.75 and $1,438.25. How many students does the cafeteria usually serve? So it'll be 2.75x is less than 1,438.25, but has to be greater than 1,168.75. So this time we divide 2.75 to all three sides. So 1168 8.75 divided by 2.75 and 1438.25 divided by 2.75 means we are between 425 and 523. 425 and 523. Don't check that. Okay, have my inequalities right? Typically would be between, so I can include those numbers, therefore I can include those numbers. So describing which quantity situation, the cafeteria serves between 425 and 523 students. So interval, I'm including those numbers, so it's 425, 523, and set is the exact same answer already found, 425 less than equal to x, less than equal to 523. All right. And that is our lesson for today. Thank you for watching.